was present, Gloria Cox was present, and actually the two women had agreed with the doctor that he didn't have to witness the event. He could actually just turn his head, wash his hands or whatever. They quickly switched the bodies, one out of the ambulance, the dead body. Tupac, who'd recovered enough to get about fine by himself, he then transferred to the ambulance, and the next step was to transfer him to an airstrip. Again, with a Hard Marks connection, one of his showbiz friends, we had a private plane waiting to get Tupac on board. So the next thing that happened was, me and my brother met Tupac at the safe house, comfortable, escorted him to the plane. The two Panther guys were with us, and obviously the pilot was there as well, and we took off and we headed to the Barbados. Great success. We helped Pac escape.
What's good, what's good, what's good? You already know what's going on. Now, this is a touchy situation to me because I grew up off this nigga. He always gonna be a legend to me. He always in my playlist. Most of the shit he was rapping was relatable in my life because I was going through the shit he was rapping about. And that meant a lot. That's part of a reason why his name has lived so long in the industry, in the game, to his peers, to the hip-hop community, period. And I'm talking about Tupac. Rest in peace, Tupac. But last night, I just happened to be watching something, right? And it's this guy named Michael Nice. Now, Michael Nice claims that Tupac really ain't dead. He claims that when Pac got shot, he was contacted by Pac people and the Black Panthers to assist in helping get Pac out of the U.S. because of whatever threats on his life. He felt like they was going to try to, you know, come back on him and finish the job. You see what I'm saying? So he claims that Pac people and the Panthers assisted in this situation. And he also insinuates that in the process, Pac was fully aware what he was doing as far as faking his death, as far as replacing the body. Like, the way he says it, he's stating, like, okay, Pac's mother let him know, like, if you don't want to see any of this, if you don't want to witness any of it, just turn your head, you know what I mean? And, you know, everything be over with, whatever. And we talking about when it was replacing the body. You see what I'm saying? So they took another body, which Tupac was only 160 pounds, 165 pounds. The death certificate says Tupac weighed 200 and something pounds. That's a lie. Tupac was 6 feet. That's a lie. We all know Tupac wasn't 6 feet. Tupac about my side, about my height. You see what I'm saying? And I'm only 5'9". And I definitely don't weigh no 200 something pounds. So those are automatic 2 red flags for me. And then, you know, he continues to talk about how they replace the bodies. Now, once they replace the bodies, boom, they got Pac up out of there. And he stated, allegedly, that Tupac was able to get up and move and get out of where he was located into a car to be transported somewhere else, where he then was flew out of the country to somewhere else. Now, this is another thing that made me believe what he was saying, right? Because, like I said, me being a Tupac fan, you just can't mislead me into certain things. When he died, I felt like he was gone. The world felt like he was gone. So if they did fake his death, this was like really like Machiavellian type of shit. This was like historic. Like this shit was crazy, right? So even and to make a little shit, long story short, to make shit even more clear, Michael Nice, who is the person who claims to have assisted Tupac in faking his death and getting up out of here, even faked his death to prove to people that it's that easy to fake your death. So now, that's another thing that made me really roll up, smoke, start thinking about this shit. And I really started thinking about this shit, and I'm like, damn. They do got a picture of Tupac and Beyonce hugging. It's not a Photoshop picture, and I'm going to tell you why. Because if you look at the picture, that's not 26, 27-year-old Tupac. Or however year old he was. You got to think about this. When Tupac died, Beyonce was a little kid. So to be able to see Beyonce hugging on Tupac, you gotta double click sometimes. You gotta double click sometimes because Beyonce is a grown woman and that was not a wax figure she was hugging. You see what I'm saying? So think about that. Okay. Now keep in mind that his auntie fled the U.S. and went to Cuba due to the fact she allegedly shot a police officer and fled to Cuba. Now, they've been trying to get her extradited over here, but Cuba ain't going. So, she been over there since. Okay. Another thing. Bang. Tupac dies. Now, mind you, Tupac got so big of a catalog, they was dropping shit. I'm talking about dropping CDs with East Coast rappers on it, dropping compilations, they dropped a whole bunch of shit. Now, remember, I Wonder If Heaven Got a Ghetto. Now, remember, he wasn't in that video. But this is right after he died, right? If you pay attention to the Heaven Got a Ghetto video, they are kind of showing you him still being alive. Because what the fuck Barbados and all them other locations that they showed in Heaven Got a Ghetto in the video have to do anything with Tupac, anything with heaven at that. So, boom, that's another thing. Mind you, Michael Knight said they took him to Cuba first. From Cuba, they got him up out of Cuba and took him to Barbados. Now, go back to Welcome to I Wonder If Heaven Got a Ghetto and think about it in your mind. Think about it in your mind. When you done watching this video, go click on Tupac videos, go to Wonder If Heaven Got a Ghetto and watch the damn video. And again, rewind in your mind back what I'm telling you right now. And you tell me what you think. And it shows clearly like a helicopter landing or some shit like that, and he getting off. If you pay attention to the video is shot in a first-person type of view. So it's like you see everything he's seeing. So I get off the helicopter, which is him. Boom. He get off the helicopter, he's doing all these things. Was that him telling us he wasn't really dead, he's still alive, and we just overlooked it because it was good Tupac music? Posthumous, his death, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, this shit is weird. You see what I'm saying? And we ain't just talking about Michael Knight, because let's rewind again. Tupac's people and allegedly the Black Panthers assisted into contacting Michael Knight to assist with them getting Tupac up out the country and faking his death. Not to mention that his mother knew the entire time that her son was faking his death. So she played a good role in disguising the fact that he wasn't really dead. Everybody did for that fact. But then you got people like Suge Knight Jr. or whatever the fuck his son's name is, Suge Knight's son, saying that Tupac ain't dead. Then you see a picture with him with Tupac. So it's like, niggas, start putting a lot of this shit together, man. Is Tupac really dead? Tell me what the fuck y'all think, because this is a legend, and we've been giving our flowers to a legend that we thought wasn't even here. So is Tupac a living legend? Drop them comments. Let me know what y'all think, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, ding that notification bell. Don't leave up about the trap till you've been served. Ding.